Hi, everybody. Welcome back to The Frivolous Writer. Today is Tuesday, so you know what that means. That means I'm going to be reading for you from my next chapter. Again, this is very first draft, very early days, but so excited to get this going. Uh, I'm super happy that so many people have actually been watching this and leaving me comments and encouraging me to keep going. It's not easy. I know I say this every time I come here, but it's really not easy to put yourself out there in this way, to share what you're doing, especially when it's so early days in the process of writing. And so here we are, though, chapter two. And I've already started rewriting a little bit for chapter one. But what I'm trying to actually stop myself from doing is that perfection that I want, because I know that this is so early and it's really hard because I'm coming out and making these videos. I'm sharing this with everybody, talking about my process along the way, because this is the first time I've ever done anything like this. I really don't even know like what tools I have available, so I'm just using what I kind of know, and watching a lot of YouTube videos around how to write a novel, how do you create something out of nothing, and how do you stay consistent. And I know I talked about that last Friday. And someone commented, thank you for your comment about really the way to get better is to just write. And so I shared this as well. I am writing every day. So I'm giving myself a goal of writing at least 1,500 words per day, which is what I've been doing. I've been exceeding that most days. Not every day is for this novel. Sometimes my brain just isn't allowing me to focus and write something, and sometimes I start writing and then that voice wins that says you're really garbage at this and what are you doing. But I still persevere. I turn that into a journal entry rather than writing for the chapter, or what I'm trying to write for the novel. And then usually what that turns into is helping me to develop my voice as a writer, helping me to develop what I'm trying to say at that moment in the book. And so here we are. I'm going to read you what I had for my very first draft of chapter two. And this actually came out of one of those moments where I really couldn't figure out what I wanted to say, where I wanted to take the story. And the story really wasn't unfolding in the way that I had hoped, because I sit down, I have my pencil, I have my notebook, I'm starting to write. And that voice was just real strong in my head that, like, stop, just stop, this isn't it, this isn't what you do, where are you taking, who are these people, what's happening here. So what I did is I then wrote where I wanted to take the story, so that was where I started. And then I just started having this conversation between the characters that would allow me to get to where I wanted them to be. And so that's what I've got for you today. I haven't done any, like, quote unquote world building. I haven't done anything around where they're at or context or anything, but I still felt like it was important to share, because this was just the bones. This was, how am I going to move the story forward? How am I going to get them to where I need them to be? What do they need to know? So it's kind of like that old who, what, where, when, why. Like when you're thinking about writing, you should always know who are you talking to, who are you talking about, who is talking in this case. What are they trying to achieve? Where are they going to be going? How are they going to be getting there, and why? And so that's kind of what led me to this. So without further ado, I'm going to try something new today. I'm learning technology along the way, so I'm going to share my screen so you can actually see what I wrote. So you'll get to see everything on my screen, which is fine. But here we go. So chapter two. Have you noticed no one at school is bothered that a student here just killed himself? Maya said in absolute bewilderment and disgust. I know. I've noticed the same thing, Conrad replied, equally as perplexed. This is crazy. It makes me hate every person here, more than I already do. Maya gave a look of repulsion, unable to hide her disdain. Hey, Maya, Conrad said, changing the subject to what's been on his mind. I have to tell you something, but you have to promise not to think I'm as crazy as these jerks. Maya's head turned towards Conrad, breaking her gaze from the kids across from her. I can't make that promise. She cracked a small smirk. The smirk made Conrad soften a bit. He welcomed the levity after being so upset by the news of what happened to Eli. It was the first time either of them had ever come close to smiling. All right, I promise. What's up? I saw it, he whispered. He cleared his throat and said it again, this time louder. I saw it. You saw what? Maya didn't understand what Conrad was saying. When Eli texted me that night, I saw what was going to happen. I know it's crazy, and I can't explain it, but I did. Conrad was scared that Maya was... This doesn't make sense. Conrad was scared what Maya's reaction was going to be. He looked down and waited for her reply. What do you mean you saw it? Like you were there? She said this so sincerely. Conrad looked up and held eye contact with her. He cleared his throat again to make sure that he could get it all out without his voice breaking. Kinda? I mean, not actually there, but I saw it happening in my mind. It happened in my head. Maya's eyes squinted while she processed what he was saying, but she didn't break eye contact. She wanted to make sure that Conrad knew she was taking him seriously. Okay. Her voice drew out the A for longer than what would typically be required. It was unintentional. She was trying to understand what her friend was telling her. Like a vision? Are you psychic? I don't know. I don't think I'm a psychic. I don't believe in psychics. But it was kind of like a vision. But I was there, in Eli's room. Like I was watching him. But it happened so fast. He looked scared. And I'm... Oh, hold on. He looked scared. And I'm going to... And I'm not going to tell you something. Oh, and I'm going to tell you something. He wasn't alone. There was someone else with him. This made Maya sit up straight and stop squinting. What do you mean he wasn't alone? Like his parents were home? No, there was someone in the room with him when it happened. Now Conrad started feeling frustrated. He didn't know exactly what he saw, but he knew he wasn't crazy. But he felt crazy, saying it out loud. He was worried about what Maya would think, about what she was going to say, but he couldn't hold back the words. Like, if he said them all at once, then he wouldn't stop saying them. I saw someone. I'm not sure who or what, but I flashed into his room. I could see Eli put his phone down, and there was someone there in with him. I couldn't hear what they were saying, but they were talking. Or I think they were talking. I don't know. But I needed to tell someone, so I'm telling you. Maya sat there, mouth opened, blinking, unsure of what to say. I don't know what you want me to say. What else did you see? She managed finally. Uh, Conrad was flustered and deflated. I saw... He was trying to remember everything he could. It really did happen so fast. He played the split second period. Oh, he played the split second. His leg was bouncing uncontrollably while he went back in his mind, his eyes darting from left to right and right to left when he tried to remember. Maya placed her hand gently on his leg. She pressed slightly, causing him to stop the bouncing. It's okay. I believe you, she said in a calming voice. Conrad's eyes stopped, and he looked at Maya. He felt more at ease. I don't know how to explain it, but I was there, in his room. I saw him at his desk. He had just texted me, I think, because he put his phone down. What did he text you again? Maya was still talking in a calm voice. He said, I need to talk. Urgent, something like that. And then you saw him in his room. Yes. Okay. And then what did you see? I saw him put his phone down. Then I saw something just past him. It was in the shadows, so I couldn't see clearly. And then I saw Eli say something. He put his hand down on his desk. But that's all I can remember. It happened in less than a second. Conrad looked down. I believe you, Conrad. I don't know how or why, but I believe you. I wish you could tell me more about that thing in the shadow that you saw he was talking to. She was thinking, planning. We need to see it in person. Maybe that will help you remember. Conrad and Maya made eye contact again. They stood up at the same time as if they knew what needed to happen next. Conrad grabbed his backpack, put it on, and started walking towards the gate of the school. So that's the crux of chapter 2. That's where I'm starting. Haven't done any world building. As you can see, I'm using Microsoft Word. I'm writing in my notebook, but then I use the dictate function on Microsoft Word to then put it onto the computer so that I can save it, and it makes it easier when I try to rewrite. But as you can see, it says different things. It doesn't correct properly. It puts period when I say period, when I'm meaning for it to actually put a period there. So I'm still learning. I'm learning everything. But I wanted to share this with you because I think it's important to kind of see the process of how you start, where you can see it going, and then as you start to rewrite and develop the chapter and develop the tone and develop your characters, you can actually then go back in and rewrite. So that's chapter 2 from the very first draft. Hopefully you like it, and hopefully you can kind of see where this is going. Please don't forget to make a comment about what you notice or about anything that you think that I should know. If there's a better tool to use or a better way to do this, I'm trying to do this all free, which is why I'm using the Microsoft products that are on my computer already. But if you have any better process, please comment below. I'm really looking forward to engaging with everyone. Thank you to those of you who have watched my previous videos, who have made comments, who are engaging in some kind of a way, because really the purpose of what I'm trying to achieve here is actually, hopefully, inspiring people to join me on this journey, not just to watch me, but to maybe even share your own experiences and what you're going through. So I look forward to seeing you all again, hearing from you. Please make sure to like the video. And if you like what we're doing here and you want to join this community, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications bell so that we can keep in touch. And looking forward to seeing you all again this Friday at the same time. So talk to you all then. Bye, everybody.